it's somewhere around here.
Actually, just coming out from the side.
Okay, I found the start. Guys.
Blue side at you. See it.
No, I just don't shave sometimes, and it makes my girlfriend angry. And she gets upset that I don't shave sooner. She just doesn't get it though. Like, you can't shave too early, or else you just cut yourself and you get like ingrowing hairs, man. Okay, where we at? Game 1. So I think Tribe Gaming NA already lost the Goons in this tournament, right? They went 2-1 in like the winners final, I think, to Goons. The teams are backwards, first of all. Because Tribe Gaming's on the right and Goons are on the left. I don't know if the bands are also backwards. Gallia, Braum, Olaf, Malphite band. No, this seems like Tribe Gaming NA bands, I think. I think probably Malphite band for Tribe Gaming NA makes sense. So Braum's band makes champions like Rakan a little bit better. Rakan's definitely an NA staple. They are a big fan of Xayah, Rakan and better. Ziggs is open. Naturally, you assume Ziggs is the first pick. Nope, it's Tryndamere. Debated. Could be Lee. Yeah, Lee open. Oh, you can't actually see the bands. Hang on, let me just... where's my cam? There you go. Nailed it. So Ziggs first pick, pretty standard. What else is open? Like, I guess Rakan if they'd want to take that. It's pretty standard for NA. Garen's open, which don't play. Xayah, Kai'Sa, Gragas, Camille, and Fiora, both untouched so far. I think that's just kind of an NA thing, though. I think they're not too good about that. Could enlarge it. Yeah, you want it to be like this. Nailed it! So Rakan, Gragas, pretty standard. Two really, well, I mean, Gragas is really high tier, but Rakan's very high tier NA, and also Braum is banned, so the casual, well, the standard counter for Rakan is gone. Goons take the Xayah to deny the Xayah Kai'Sa, Xayah Rakan pairing. Also go for Wukong, really solid jungler. Pretty good option into Lee Sin, who's open as well. Tribe might consider that. I'm gonna take Camille, Kai'Sa. Yeah, you don't really feel bad about losing Xayah, I think. I never really like, I think this is always a really bad adaptation that a lot of teams do, where Rakan or Xayah are picked, and then they pick the other one to deny the pairing. But I think a lot of the times it hurts your comp more than it would just giving them the pairing and then picking something more relevant for your comp, you know? Because the problem is, like, I guess Xayah Ziggs have like some synergy of like kiting back, but generally Ziggs is really poke heavy. Whereas Xayah wants to play like counter dive, but you don't ever want to get dove when you're playing Ziggs, right? So the two champions don't have like super insane like synergy. They don't really play the same way. I guess if you build the rest of your comp around Xayah and then you just have a random Ziggs, it's not that big a deal. But overall, I don't think that they have a great semblance of like synergy together, you know? And I feel like you lost more, like feeling like, oh, we can't possibly give them Xayah Rakan. I feel like you lose more, it's like stealing it, than you do from actually just picking like solid champs, you know? Like even Kai'Sa, I think, has more synergy with Ziggs than Rakan. And I think there are options to desire Rakan, but it seems like it's really, really popular in NA. They don't really... no ways to counter it. Camille really late in the draft, which is really surprising. Renekton for Baron lane. Janna. I think Janna's not super great into Rakan, but it's not terrible, I guess. Yeah, like Janna's pretty good, especially because Diana. Janna's good into all these champs, like Camille, Diana. Not too bad into Rakan, I think, in team fights, but I think the lane phase is kind of meh. The thing about Rakan is his laning is quite mediocre, so I think normally you want to pick something that's quite strong in lane, which is traditionally like a tank support, I guess. But Gallia's gone, Braum's gone. They kind of banned out their own support options, I feel like, a little bit. With regards to ways they wanted to answer Rakan, they kind of took away Braum and Gallia from themselves. As opposed to, and so when Rakan was like first pick, then they went for Ziggs, you know, but then like, as a result, they didn't really have a great option into Rakan, I think. Maybe Alistar could still have been good. I think it's been a fine Alistar game, to be honest. But Janna's pretty good into the Camille and pretty good into the Diana, but Diana wasn't picked yet, so I guess you can't really conclude that ahead of time. I mean, overall, Tribe's comp is pretty much just S tier picks across the board. that all have pretty solid synergy, like Camille, Diana could dive together. Yeah, you can. I think it goes back and forward like 5 seconds. Kai'Sa could also dive with Camille, Diana. Gragas, really solid barrel laner and tank. I think Tribes have a really solid comp of like high tier picks. They kind of gave up Ziggs. I think Wukong's pretty good, and then like I think Renekton, Xayah, Janna is like not as good as the other side, but still fine. I don't think either comp is like deeply favored, but I think Tribe just have like more relevant meta choices. But Ziggs is pretty fucking broken, so I think realistically Ziggs should probably win the game either way. But I just feel like when you go like Ziggs Xayah, it's like really weird, you know. The other thing to think about is like with the way Goons' comp is, their 4-man doesn't have like super strong frontline now that they have Janna. Which means that it's kind of hard for Ziggs to hold space sometimes. Well, where do I go? I can go up here. Nailed it. It can be kind of hard for like Ziggs to hold space because their 4-man is quite weak from a frontline perspective. Like they have Janna to disengage, but if they ever get dove on, it could be really, really bad for them, I think. Get the ward clear, level 1. NA is a really big fan of this playstyle where you got like 5 mid. I haven't really seen it in many other regions. Looks like Tribe are just, you know, instead gonna split up. Like, this seems really wasteful to like, I mean, I guess they do give Ziggs solo XP, so it's not that bad. I thought they were gonna steal it. No, he actually, at least 1 minion got shared. It seems really wasteful. Good by Tribe not to push, I think. They wouldn't get much done, but they could probably hold more aggressive position. I think they're stronger level 1, maybe. Especially if they trap a brush. So they kind of just shove in this first wave. But they give up lane pressure on the side lanes. I think this is kind of the thing you have to punish more, though. Like, I think the bot lane should have been looking to punish them and stop them from getting into the wave, maybe. Same with Gragas. I think Gragas can kind of deny Renekton level 1, maybe with W, and just kind of stop him from walking into the wave if he's going to take this weird level 1 play. They really like to do this 5-man mid thing, but they don't really get anything from it, you know? That's what I think is weird, is like, it's like, yeah, they cleared the wave, but it didn't really do anything for them, you know? Like, you have to think, like, what did this actually accomplish for Goons? And the answer is, like, not much. They just cleared the wave, and then it was even again straight after. Both junglers sitting in mid. Wukong's already level 3. Somehow? Oh, I guess because he cleared a ward, level 1. This is really fucking weird, dude. See, I see, they do this stuff a lot. There's so much play around, like, mid-wave, but, like, why is Wukong here, man? Like, I just... It's not even close to crab timing. It's like, there's another 20, like, look, it's like 1 minute, so it's 25 seconds until crab, and for some reason both junglers are just sitting in mid denying golden XP from their mid laners. Like, I don't know what's happening. Both Camille and Wukong can do another camp in this time. Wukong could do 2. I don't understand why they're just sitting here and standing in mid. Like, this is so inefficient from like a gold on the map perspective. Like, it doesn't even make sense for Camille to be here, because even if Camille is here, it doesn't actually give them any space on the wave. They're not going to clear the wave any faster than they would be if it just ran into the tower. And then at that point, you also have complete information on Wukong, because he's just standing in mid lane, so you know exactly what crab he's going for, and he's going to go for bot crab anyway, because it's the only lane he has prio in. So, like, I mean, top lane's like 50-50, but... He's gonna play bot crab. They're going for an aggressive contest here, but they're definitely weaker. They just lose the crab. Rakan takes a lot of damage. I think it's just really bad map rotations of Tribe, especially because they know where Wukong's going. You have to wonder why they try and contest the same crab where they don't have prio and they literally can't fight it. I don't know. Now they're super behind on tempo because Camille didn't already take top crab, which he should have got for free. And he could have... The thing is, like, imagine if they just completely ignored what Goons was doing. Just completely ignored it. Wukong would have gone mid, cleared the wave, ran to bot river. They would have seen all of this because he's envisioned the entire time. Meanwhile, Camille could have like done wolves or done Krugs and then just gone and got top camp, and he'd be like 300 gold ahead or something from just literally clearing the jungle. Like, I don't know, it's super strange. I mean, I guess they have a ward here, like Goons have a ward here, so they would have known that Camille wasn't necessarily contesting the mid wave, but it's just not even relevant contesting. Clearing a wave before crab just doesn't matter. Like, especially with the way the bot lane was, like the priority was so bot side that it was just completely irrelevant, you know, for them to actually be there. A Tribe especially, there's just no reason Tribe should be there at all. They shouldn't even be thinking about contesting. It's just a complete coin flip 4v4 where they're just burning minion waves in bot lane because they can't out rotate, and then they lose the crab anyway. So Camille gets double crabbed here. Wukong's really ahead in XP now. He's already level 5. But it's just, yeah, there's so much. I see this a lot in NA, where it's just like so much prior mid-wave. I mean, you saw it from level 1 and you saw it from like there. And sometimes it's relevant, right? But at 1 minute, when you've done 2 camps as jungle, I just don't think it really matters. Top lane seeming pretty even. Renekton's actually fairly ahead of XP. I don't know how that happens. He's like a cannon up. I think Gragas missed a cannon maybe, or missed a half a wave. Really aggressive play from bot side. I don't know, I think it's just kind of a testament to the Rakan not really being that strong, I guess. But I don't think Janna should have this much pressure. I don't know if they're making misplays in the 2v2 or if it's just really that good. Good setup from Tiggs. Great ult from Gume to dodge the ult. Great counter engage with Lemon. Everybody lives. Ziggs ult comes down. They do get Rakan. Doesn't have flash because he had to blow it earlier, I think, right? Did he have flash here? Oh no, he did actually flash. So they go in here. Could they have set this up better? Can Rakan hit the W before the Camille ult comes out? It feels really bad to Camille ult like this, I think. I think Tribe are a little bit too scared. I don't know why Rakan is so far back. Feels like lack of communication or setup. They're not really sure how they want to play it. Did they actually see Camille as well? They did, right? Or does Rakan hit it? No, Rakan hits it, I think, right? Yeah, Rakan hits the vision, so they didn't see Camille. They don't know Camille's here. I think, I don't know why, it just kind of looks like School's AFK, and like, they want to bait the fight here. I don't know why they're playing so far back like they're gonna die, because they want this fight. The problem with this is, like, I don't think they have information on Wukong, right? They don't know Wukong's counter-ganking. It's really good pathing from Wukong, actually, to be, like, cognizant of this. I don't know if maybe they did see Camille somewhere. Because, yeah, it's really interesting that he immediately went bot. Maybe they were just gonna dive anyway. I mean, they are sort of setting up a wave, but not really. To get a dive. It's not like a great position. Like, it's not a great wave. It's only like 1. They're actually like over shoving, I think. I think they should probably be building a second wave if they wanted to set up a dive, because they could have like built the wave before and then had 2 waves now, especially if they can't even contest it for whatever reason. But I think, yeah, if Tribe are just in a better spot, this is like much easier. It should always be Rakan W first, I think, and it was definitely plausible. Like, Goons are playing really disrespectfully because they don't think they'll lose the 2v2 even if Rakan goes in. But yeah, it's just good reactions from Gume, I guess, to jump the Camille ult, and then at that point it's a little bit scuffed. It's a good knockup from Rakan anyway. He does get a double. I think Kai'Sa missiles went onto the wave as well, which just kind of happens. You can't really do anything about that. Where does Kai'Sa's damage go? Kai'Sa gets 1 auto on Janna, missiles, then kind of, yeah, dodges the Xayah E. But then Wukong just comes with a really good counter gank. Yeah, it could have been. I mean, it's just a really good counter gank from Wukong. He's just on the same side of the map. Either way. I mean, they only get a kill on Rakan, so it's not even like a huge loss, to be honest. Wukong almost died as well. Does Wukong flash here? Yeah, he flashes again, right? Yeah. So flashes now for everybody. Except Camille. What happens to Camille here? Yeah, I guess he probably has to get up. Yeah, I mean, this is what it is, I guess. Just good reactions from Xayah. See, that's kind of, I mean, it's not really a reaction that much, but it's not super tight, but that's kind of a reaction, right? He didn't know Camille was there. Camille comes over the wall and ults, and he instantly ults it back. It's pretty well played. I think Goodman looks pretty solid. He's rank 1 on here, right? I think he's the rank 1 player. Every time I see him, he looks like he's playing pretty well. But overall, it's just kind of like a weird setup from Tribe. It feels like the bot lane either didn't want the gank or didn't really know the gank was coming that much. Like, they weren't even positioned properly to, like, bait a trade or something, you know? Like, I think you could easily just bait a trade in a 2v2 scenario there. And, pull him into a worse position for Camille. Or, you know, knock up Xayah so he can't dodge the Camille or something, you know? Like, I don't know if you're getting kills here, but you can at least get sums. Instead, they got nothing and they died. Well, they got Janna sums, but it doesn't really matter that much. Try pulling the Drake here. I think it's pretty much impossible to pull Drake against Ziggs. I think this is really suicidal. Like, he doesn't have ult yet, but it's really close. I think you could just never win this scenario. Like, I don't think Goons should engage. Yeah, they should just back out. Flash E from Tiggs, actually really good. Gets a stun on Janna. Doesn't have ult though, so he can't follow up. Rakan tries to go in, but good Janna ult. Gragas is gonna get the kill. But it might be hard for him to get out. He already has stone play, actually. He's really tanky. Yeah, I think it's just kind of over posturing from Goons. Like, they don't need to be afraid, especially, I guess they don't really have vision, but they can see the dragon HP. Like, they don't need to be that scared. This is just like a scenario where you just set up the Ziggs poke, but it was a really good flash engage from Tiggs, I think. I think it's really solid to have that kind of like mentality where you see an opportunity to go, you just take it. Like the triple E is really pretty good. Like it doesn't actually get that much done, but it just kind of forces the fight. And then Gragas finds a way to sneak through to interrupt the monsoon, which is pretty significant. I think if Janna lives here, it's like super bad because Tri pretty much blew everything and they didn't get anything. They will get really low, but this is kind of the thing, right? It's like this was kind of like a 4v5 because Gume's not really in position. And Tribe don't really get enough, I think. Like they get a kill and they get out, but they're probably gonna lose Drake. Because it's just like fighting into Ziggs. Like I don't know. I think you just can't ever pull Drake and just hope it goes well. Like I think if Goons are just more patient and they just play more around Ziggs poke, they would win this even harder. Like I think dropping one for Drake is pretty solid, especially because they got Camille Flash as well, Gragas Summoners. Like I don't think it feels that bad at all. Like to have that trade. Thor heading gold as well. I think Xayah was delayed, right? Because he was pushing bot too, maybe. Yeah, Xayah took another wave bot. Like, it's just, I guess that's why they forced, because they knew Xayah wasn't there, but even then, it was still really close. Like, that's kind of what I mean. Like, I don't know. I think if, Goons are already pretty careful, but if they're just a little bit more careful, I just think they don't even get picked here. Like, they didn't need to, like, take the fight. They just wait for Ziggs to get damage, you know? It's kind of how Ziggs works, where he just warps games, because you can never start an objective against Ziggs, is, like, the big problem. He just does too much poke damage that you just end up all dying while you're trying to like force Drake, and he had ult coming and the Drake wasn't even low, so they could just even be more patient and they wouldn't even get an engage opportunity. I think Tribe were kind of fortunate to even get a kill here. Dana has some time, half pathing top. Lane swap from Goons for Herald, pretty standard. Tribe didn't lane swap. Not sure if that's intentional. They're actually aggressively taking Krugs, which I guess is something, but doesn't seem super value. They're kind of behind on tempo now. Especially because Renekton and Wukong are in position. Diana's moving for a dive. He does have Prio. I don't know if they can kill Renekton though. He has ult. I don't know if he has Stoneplate, but he very well could do. Meanwhile, plates are just burning topside. Yeah, they are gonna look for the dive. Camilo, it's good ult from Renekton. Very forward thinking. Yeah, you just can't kill him. You just can't kill him. But it was good. Well played by him, man. Like, I don't know how vision on Camille. He just knows that they're going though. It's just good awareness in general. I think some players maybe wouldn't have reacted to it in time. Maybe they see Camille with Wukong actually. But either way, just good timing on the ult. Jumps in, gets a big Q. I think Kai'Sa was tanking though. That's a pretty big error. I don't know how Kai'Sa dies here unless he's tanking, which may have been the case. Who's tanking here? Yeah, it's Kai'Sa. I don't know how Kai'Sa gets aggro. That's pretty disastrous. Like, I think they could have got away with, like, not dying here, but Kai'Sa taking tower aggro is pretty bad. But good focus from Renekton as well. Gets a stun on Kai'Sa. Yeah, Camille's also dead. 3 for 0 on their aggro play. But it's kind of just the same thing, you know? You just can't. This kind of play into Ziggs is so scary, man. I mean, I don't think you could die Renekton, and then going for it against Ziggs is so bleh. And this was like a really all-in play from Tribe, because the thing about this whole line of decision making is like they stay bot, which is like breaking the tempo of the game, right? They're going against the tempo where it's like we swap the top and we get Herald. And because they didn't swap, Goons are already kind of like on the tempo, whereas Tribe are specifically saying we're not going to swap, we're going to look for play on the other side instead, and if this play goes wrong, we're fucked. And then the play went wrong. So another like 5k go down because they got a free tower top because they were just pushing the whole time. Constantly crashing waves, playing standard game, and they misplayed the 4v3 bot. Which just means that they're massively behind now. It's gonna be really hard to catch up at this point, I think. I don't know how the series score went, but I think honestly, just off this initial opening, it's already really hard to play the game. Renekton hasn't actually got Stoneplay yet, and he's going Blade. I would have liked to see him get Stoneplay probably already. I don't know if he really needs Blade as well. I think he kills Gragas anyway, maybe? Good Monsoon. Camille ult wasted again. Wukong on the flank. Double knock up. Both flash out from Tribe. Rakan's in. Somehow School is super caught. I don't know how he ended up there. What was he trying to do? He's just getting chased by Renekton, I guess? But then he runs into the Dragon Pit for some reason. I guess to kind of avoid Wukong. I suppose he's just dead then. I don't know. I think he should have just kited up straight away. Even if it's going into Wukong. Like, you'd much rather ult upwards on Wukong, I think. Maybe he just misses his ult as well. Because he only ults a little bit. Or he's just like too tunneled because he's already kind of screwed. But I guess it's just weird rotation. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, just try to look for a play on like an uncatchable target, I guess. Unless Diana ults. I think maybe Diana just has to ult here, and that's how it works. Yeah, I mean, the Miss Camille E. Diana double E's without ulting. Like, I feel like you probably just QR here. Like, QER, even if it's not a big one, it's just enough that you'll pull him in, and then he'll die for sure, I think. No, maybe he just QEs. I don't know if he does rush twice. I think he just rushes once, but I think you just instantly ult. Maybe, if you want to look for this pick. Because otherwise you're probably not going to kill him. And then they just, like, path badly, because they already lost mid-tempo. I guess they don't have vision as well, because the wave is dead. So Wukong just kind of walks behind, pops Herald, and then they're like, oh, actually, they're all caught. So they think they're pathing safely, but actually they're pathing straight into Wukong. Yeah, I don't know what happens to Kai'Sa here. I guess he just misplayed in his movement, and then it was kind of over. Good block from Wukong on the Camille E. Probably gonna get a kill off that, yeah. Did Janna just flash for that, dude? No chance does Janna flash for that, guys. Come on. Come on! Kick. Yeah, I don't know why he kited into the... I think he wanted to avoid the Wukong ult, but he ended up just kiting into the Dragon Pit. And then it's just like, well, I mean, I guess he didn't envision his team flashing over, maybe. I mean, they're just so cool. It doesn't really matter, I suppose, what he does. He's probably always going to die, but it just seems weird that he dies doing basically nothing. I think the team was already caught as a result. Just go for a dive on Tank Gragas. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit bold to try and defend the tower here. He has sums, though. He might live. Yeah, he gets out. Stone plate's cracked. 5 people hitting him for 6 seconds. Doesn't even die. W plus stone plate. Nice champ. Back to bot lane. Probably want to swap again. The problem with Ziggs in this kind of game, or this kind of game state, is like he doesn't really like side laning because he's pretty weak in the side lane. Maybe you let Wukong side lane, or you just keep sending Xayah to the side and having Janna hover. You pretty much always want to be mid with Ziggs. That's like kind of the issue when it comes to like mid-late macro. Yeah, they're swapping Renekton to top side. Yeah, they're just keeping Ziggs mid, Xayah bot lane. Should be fine. Xayah's really safe. You already seen that he can just ult the Camille ult if Camille goes for him. Should be pretty fine. Just buy Protobot to side lane. True. I mean, it's not impossible. It's just like it's very easy to run him down, you know. And it's just like he doesn't really duel that well, so he can't really like get much pressure in a long lane. Tribe actually looking to aggressively contest this dragon at a 7k deficit. They go deep. Zonya's on the Camille ult. Good reactions. Flashes the Rakan engage. It's just over. It's already done. Like fight's done. You can't go on Ziggs like that. I guess maybe they didn't know he had Zonyas. I don't know if he's already shown it at this point in the game. He may have just bought it. Mentioning about pulling the Drake, what's the idea behind it anyway? When should it be pulled versus not pulling it? I mean, it kind of depends if you can actually do it. If you're pulling it to force a fight, it can work. The problem with the Ziggs comps, though, I just want to see the items if he had Zonyas earlier. He may have just bought Zonyas just now. The problem with Ziggs comps is you can't pull it against them because they'll just poke you. You can't just do the Drake. The thing about pulling the Drake is you have to always consider that when you're on the Drake, the enemy is going to converge on you, right? So you have to think, like, what tools do they have to, like, converge? If they have, like, Gragas Flash Body Slam, if they have, like, Diana Engage, if they have Ziggs Poke, all these things, for example, are much easier to hit when you're hitting the Drake because you're all converged in, like, the same circle. So Ziggs, for example, the reason Ziggs warps the game and he's such a high priority pick is because his poke is so easy to hit when people are, like, in the same spot, right? And when you're on Drake, you're all stacked together on the Drake, and it's so easy for him to just throw a poke, so easy for him to ult. So it's like really hard to pull Drake and burn it in time before Ziggs pokes you down enough that if the enemy engages on you, you could just never win. So that's pretty much what it comes down to. It's just like, against a champion like Ziggs, you just can never start an objective because he'll just poke you up. That's why he always likes to be mid as well, because he's closest to both objective sides. I think it's just a forced engage from Tribe here. I think they're just desperate. They know that they're really behind. They're looking for something crazy. It's not a bad attempt, but he just had Zonya's. Just good reactions from Hoon. But to be honest, like, he didn't even have to Zonya the Camilo. I think he could have just, like, have got hit and then Zonya'd later and he still would have been fine. But either way, it's really good Zonya. The lead walk onto solo Drake when they push. It's really good. Very efficient. Yeah, red team refused to surrender. Happens. We've all been there, right? Yeah, this is the finals. I think. I'm pretty sure it's the finals. Take enemy blue. Should have taken Gromp, guys. Why don't you take Gromp? What else did they get? They didn't take Raptors. They hadn't spawned. They take Krugs. It's good. Just taking enemy jungle and retreat. Solid. Set up some wards. Yeah, they did win 2-1. I guess this is the game they lost there. Could have taken Gromp as well, guys. Come on. We could have got Gromp here. Either way, good stuff. Baron spawns. I mean, it's over 10k advantage for Goons here. I think it's just impossible. It's a little bit rough from the start, Baron, maybe. Against, like, Gragas, Camille, Diana. So they might be patient with it. Looks like Gragas is actually just caught, so I guess they'll just instantly go Baron after this. No way Gragas is surviving. Just pushing too deep, I guess. Probably just tilted because they would have lost. Allowed to surrender due to contract? I don't know what you're talking about. You can surrender. But, I mean, this game is over. I don't know. Yeah, you could debate whether or not you should surrender, but they're never going to win this game, so I don't think it matters much. Wukong actually goes down. Flash on Desire, instantly killed. They might go Nash anyway, even though Wukong's dead. I don't know, it's like 4 kills for Goons, but it doesn't really do much. I guess it was 5 kills actually, it was an ace. They probably just go Nash anyway, no? I guess they just reset again. I mean, it's more kills, but yeah, it's not really pushing the game any closer to ending. So it kind of feels bad, I guess, when you kill the ball and you can't get much of it. But it happens sometimes. So pushing top, resets a bit later. Probably gets a full item, I guess. Pretty standard builds. Shanna going Harmonic, Ziggs probably going Void, I guess. I don't know if he needs Void yet. I think he could. I guess they have like 4 melees, so they're like pretty decent natural MR scaling, so it's a little bit more efficient than it could be Lichbane as well, maybe. Oh no, Lichbane is the movement thing, I think. I think it has to be Void. That's the only blasting one item that exists, right? Morello? Would he want Morello this game? I guess he could do. They're just pulling Nash, they see everybody on the map. I mean, it's completely free. Tribe can't contest it, really. Pretty fine, free Nash. Push mid, go Nash. Diana looking for a move on Renekton. Yeah, looks like Tribe at AFK in the base. What do you do when your surrender vote fails? You AFK in the base? Kind of weird, but you know, whatever. Happens, I guess. Game was over, let's be honest. Yeah, I'm curious. Don't know what Ziggs would have gone. Probably Void, I guess. Yeah, they already lost 2-1 in the winners final. Game 2. Show me the game. What changed in the draft? This time Tribe banned Rakan. Ziggs banned from Goons. Makes sense. Yeah, I think it's weird not to FF and then just AFK. Like, I don't know. Galio still banned. I don't know if it's Galio mid or Galio support's getting banned. It's interesting. Gragas open again. First pick Gragas. No Fiora in the last game. Maybe neither brand neither plays it. I don't know. Seems weird to me. Maybe they're not used to the win con. I'll bring an Olaf first pick. I don't know why Olaf is the choice this game, based off what happened last game. Braum is open. So they're going to snag Braum. I don't know if Tribe plays Sarasona, which is the traditional answer to an early Braum. Outside of that, there's not many answers, honestly. The champ's just kind of broken. They actually switch for Oriana, so they give up the Braum, which again, I don't really know if they have an answer for Braum, so that seems kind of weird. Yeah, I think Braum Kai'Sa is like the standard here, but Camille's also really solid. Tough to say. Like Braum Camille, Braum Fiora, also really good. But I guess they've already picked Olaf, so you're not too worried about. I mean, they can still take Camille for top though. I don't know. I think maybe Camille is more relevant here than Kai'Sa. I'm not sure. And the Olaf is so weird. I mean, this already looks like a really mediocre Olaf game, just off like the early picks. Like, it's not bad into Gragas, but it's really not good into Braum, and it's not that great into Kai'Sa. They're actually going for the Lulu, so it's just hard Lulu Jinx. I don't think it's actually that good into Braum. Just live? No, it's a VOD. It happened 2 days ago. I don't know if I like Lulu Jinx as a Braum answer. Like, doesn't Braum kind of shit on that a little bit? I think, I don't know. He might doesn't play Camille. Is that true? I'm sure I've seen him play Camille before, but you might be right. Yeah, they got Camille Diana last 2. Is this a good Diana game? I think, I feel like I maybe would rather see Corki than Diana. I feel like Diana's gonna have a hard time getting anything done. I think if you have Corki, it's just super easy to shred Olaf this whole game. Like, you just have Camille ult plus Corki plus Kai'Sa, and like, even if they gets Lulu ulted. I mean, Lulu Olaf's a really good combo as well. Like, I guess Lulu makes sense for that reason. I just don't know if Lulu Jinx is gonna be able to do anything in this kind of bot lane situation. I mean, this is a real protect the Olaf comp, kind of. It looks like a protect the Jinx comp, but it's much more of a protect the Olaf comp, I think, with Orianna Lulu. And you just hope that Olaf can kind of run people down, but it's really hard to run people down through Braum, because if Braum shields your axe, you lose a lot of your damage. And a lot of your chase potential. Like, Braum shield eating Olaf axe in this game is really, really significant. How is Lulu gonna survive? She just ults herself. I don't know. I don't think Lulu's in any danger actually against this comp. That's why I don't know if I like Diana that much, because I don't think realistically you're gonna get angles on Lulu. I think that's not how the fight plays. I think you just have to kill Olaf. Traditionally find their players for using in-game chat in games. Find a substantial amount of money by his organizational career. Interesting. Yeah, I think Diana doesn't really make sense. I think I'd rather be Corki or something. Like, Corki just shreds Olaf in this kind of comp. Like, Corki's a classic counter, and he was a counter in like the Olaf Jinx Lulu meta that was kind of present for a while. When Jinx Lulu was really strong and Olaf was really strong. Corki was really, really prevalent in the meta because Corki donks on Olaf pretty hard. Because when Olaf tries to run in, you just pop Gatling gun and he loses all of it. He's already like taking more damage, and then you lower his resists even more, and he's taking even more damage. But as long as you have any other frontline kill, he dies really easily. And also, Camille ult traps Olaf even through his ultimate. So you already have like good answers there. I think Corki would have made more sense, and I know Starling's a Corki player, so a little bit surprising to see him go Diana. I mean, she's always just a solid, fine pick. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think Diana makes sense into what they'd already drafted that much. Which was like Lulu, Jinx, Olaf, Orianna. Like, none of that is like, oh, Pog, Diana angle. Like, Lulu can kind of screw Diana. Like, if her like knocks your Luna Rush or something, you just get fucked out of the fight. Can't do anything. Polymorph can screw your Luna Rush. Like, there's a lot of options. Like, you can't ever fight Olaf with Diana really. If he's even or ahead, you just kind of get run down. I forgot to move my camera. Shoot. Not a great Diana angle, I'd say. But I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world. The champion's still really strong. I just think it would have made more sense to pick something like Corki. Given the choice. Boots on Braum, baby. He's running. 5v5 mid? Where are we dropping, boys? Looks like it's 5 mid. I just don't get it, man. Kind of a half invade coming out from Goons. I would be really nervous, dude. I think if Tribe had matched them, they would have all died to Braum and like Braum, Kai'Sa, Camille level 1. Like, I don't know, that's pretty scary. The clear mid is 2 with support. They're actually lane swapping? Somebody's lane swapping. Who is it? It's I guess it's red side is lane swapping to get advantage of Jinx Lulu. They should know, I guess. I think they saw Lulu go top side. So yeah, they do know, they're already slow building wave. They actually put Orianna bot lane, reacted mid. So we're pretty sad that we used to do this quite a lot, where we'd put the mage in the 1v2, because it's a little bit easier for them to farm, but you still get quite denied. So it's not exactly amazing. I guess they're just lane swapping to try and get ahead with Jinx Lulu. Diana's a bad pick into bruises? Yeah, kind of generally, yeah. It's not terrible. She can fight bruises. She's pretty tanky and she can just kind of brawl, but it's not amazing, yeah. Actually pretty bad, honestly, I think, to lane swap this game. It's very, very hard to deny Gragas, and it's very, very hard to zone Gragas. Like, I actually don't understand Goons' mentality at all, because they've lane swapped and then immediately sent their support bot side, which just screams that, like, the way their lane swap went, they realized they couldn't do it, but they didn't realize that straight away. Like, now you can't even dive Gragas top because you have Lulu bot. It makes no sense that they made the aggressive swap. Maybe they were trying to read a lane swap, and then Tribe didn't lane swap. I don't know. It seems really bizarre to me that they like instigated this swap, and then now they're in a position where they like can't do anything. Like, this is such a weaker play than if Lulu had been here, you know? Like, Camille could have popped topside. Really good aggressive engage from Tiggs here. I don't think they get him, though. Close. They get top crab. Olaf's getting double crabbed. Like, I don't understand what their actual thought process was at all with regards to, like, their early game. Because I don't know why you would lane swap and then recall your support and go bot lane. Like, it doesn't... It's like, what was your plan exactly? Because then Gragas is just free laning against Jinx. Jinx kind of getting denied. They can't even set up the dive because it's Gragas. I don't know. I mean, I don't think you should lane swap into Gragas generally anyway as like a rule of thumb, because it's just impossible to actually... Like, especially if he's like setting up barrels on the wave, it could be impossible to dive him because your wave isn't big enough. But they didn't even deny him like anything. Goons are down like, you know, probably 400 gold, 500 gold of just nothing. Like, it doesn't look like it because they're pushing waves in, but Tribe are catching 3 waves right now, and then I think they'll be up like 800 gold or something. And it will just literally be off doing nothing. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's hard to tell because the waves are still pushing, but I think they're probably up about like 600 to 800 gold. And they just literally did nothing. It's just like Goons like rotated themselves into a deficit. It was super weird. Braum just standing mid here. I don't know why, like, stuff like this is always weird when they're like hitting the wave and stuff. Like, I think Braum should just stay in the brush. I'm not sure. Probably. Kind of depends though. Head back bot side. Goons have swapped back. Jinx has like no advantage, but it's whatever, I guess. Actually exhaust on Braum this game, I guess, for Olaf. This Gragas Redacted matchup, I feel like it has to be kind of Gragas favored most of the game, no? What up, Ian? He's kind of just clapping him right now. I don't think he's even... And he did reset once, right? I was gonna say, I don't even know if Gragas is reset, but I think he did. Get vision control. I mean, you could pull Dragon, but I don't know. They're already in position. Goons are. Probably just wanted to go through mid here. Maybe even just ult Orianna or something. Take standing aggressively, but he's kind of not getting anything. I mean, it does, but it doesn't stop his true damage. I don't think it's a particularly effective summoner. Like, I think igniting him to lower his healing is almost even more relevant than it is exhausting him. Flash is going on in mid. They're trying to dive Ori a bit. Interesting that Kai'Sa flashed instead of ulting, but I guess maybe they just had the Braum slow or something. Oh, Kai'Sa didn't flash anyway, actually. I guess it was just Ori flashed. They exhaust Olaf really early. Olaf exhaust literally runs out before like the dragon even starts, but they already got the Drake. See, Diana just kind of goes in and dies. Like, he's never going to get a kill target against Lulu is kind of how I feel. Just a pretty close fight. I think part of the issue is just like, I mean, maybe exhausting Olaf made him wait, but I don't think so. Like, I don't think he cares. It's just like you exhausted him too early. The Cask was really good, actually. Cask is definitely the MVP of this scenario, I think. But I think also Goons are a bit too hesitant. Maybe because Orianna's so split. But I think honestly Olaf can probably just run in with Lulu up. Even through exhaust, and it won't matter. If you want to fight this. Like, it's a really good Cask, actually. Because it, like, separates Redacted in. And also, forces the backline away for like 2-3 seconds. Cask was very clutch. I think Diana, he has Luna Rush and Olaf, right? Yeah, he does. So Diana ults, Lulu walks into it, which is kind of lucky. I think that probably shouldn't have happened. Now, Diana kind of ults nothing here. It's like just Olaf. It's not terrible, but like, it was kind of fortunate that Lulu walked into it. If Lulu didn't walk into it, I think they would have lost this fight, actually. Maybe. Because I think Lulu dies, right? Yeah, I think it's part of the problem is just like Ori's so delayed. Lulu walks into it. Shockwave's pretty good. How does he even shockwave from there, dude? It's so far across the fight. What the hell? What is his situational awareness? That's crazy. I guess he's just kind of AFK though. Yeah, he just runs up and shockwaves and then he's just gonna die to Kai'Sa. So, I mean, I think the shockwave was probably not worth it, but it looked good. Yeah, I think Ori just kind of tunneling a little bit. Like, I think Ori could even play for Renekton here, and they could still way more time, and then Olaf could just come in and clean up. Like, if he actually just balls on Renekton, or to the left, and then just like, yeah, I think that's just really badly played from Hoon, actually. I think Hoon is one of the big reasons why they lose this fight. I mean, he doesn't have some, so it's already kind of rough. I guess Kai'Sa could just flash on him, but then you have to be like, okay, why is he here at all? But if he just balls towards Renekton and just shockwaves like here, for example, he'll just like buy a bunch of time. And Renekton's like not actually taking damage because Kai'Sa's not even hitting him. Like, it's actually really scuffed because like Renekton's not even dying. Yeah, I think it's just really badly played from Hoon. I see my cursor. I'm not using my cursor. I was just talking. I think everything's a bit scuffed here. Like, I think Diana shouldn't get a double ult. But Ori kind of runs it. And then, like, it feels bad for Renekton in this fight. Like, I think he's getting a lot of value, but his team is just kind of misplaying on the other side. Like, yeah, it was pretty unfortunate Lulu died. I think he probably shouldn't have. Gets sniped. Jinx wastes flash, but they're already, like, 2 behind in resources at this point. But I think if Ori hadn't, like, literally done nothing, it was probably a winnable fight. Did the Peel Shockwave even accomplish much? I guess, but again, it's only because, like, yeah, the 2 major mistakes, I think, is how Ori plays the fight, and Lulu getting caught by the Moonfall. Well, there was really no reason to. Is ulting a foolish be logical? Yes, you almost certainly should. You get the same health no matter what health you're at. You should always ult at the start of every fight. You also get building up rage, which is really relevant like throughout the fight. So you want to be like stacking it as soon as possible, so you have maximum rage as often as you can. Yep. Good flash engage. Pick up Jinx as well. Jinx did waste a flash in this fight. It's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I think raw IE is pretty fine for Jinx in this comp. Man, Kai'Sa got such a lead from this fight. I mean, where he's coming from is a problem as well, but like, him just dying is the worst thing that could happen, I think. Like, he doesn't even blow anything. He literally doesn't, like, if Kai'Sa, like, flashed aggressively or something, sure, but yeah, I mean, I guess Ori's catching a wave, but it's kind of because Tribe get prior. Like, what was the setup before this, you know, like, I guess the bot lane hasn't reset yet, maybe that's the issue. Yeah, actually, I guess they hadn't even based yet with Jinx, right? And then he cancels the base? I guess that's the problem, maybe? I don't know, but Tribe just like forced mid prior. Maybe the bot lane should have just reset sooner. But I think this fight was winnable even with the stats that they had. There's a lot of hesitation as well. Like, Olaf's kind of standing here doing nothing for a while. I don't know. I think it was still pretty fortunate. I think if Lulu didn't get caught by the... Like, if Kai'Sa at least had to flash to kill Ori, I think it would be okay. You know? Camille didn't have smite. He did, but... What did he smite? He smited here for some reason. Yeah, okay, I don't know why Camille smited at 5k. I guess he just misclicked. Yeah, he just smited at like 5k. Kind of sus, but it worked out, so it's a good play. Yeah, Olaf could have stolen it for sure, but they wouldn't have known that they didn't smite. Like, they wouldn't have known that. I think they didn't see it, so it didn't really matter. But maybe they could have seen it, but I don't know why they would have done. And you also don't know if he has a second charge or something, I guess. But either way. But don't get me wrong, Ori's late, but I mean, he could just be poking Kai'Sa here, you know, or something, but I guess he balls on Olaf, right? And then he just ults on him. And maybe he thinks Olaf is going in, and then Olaf peels back. That could also be the thing. Miscommunication, maybe? Yeah, I guess he didn't come back in time, which is really weird. What does he? Yeah, he smites again, right? But I don't know what he smites the second time. Maybe he does smite the Drake. You guys are crazy. I don't know, maybe he smites for Renekton. He definitely uses it, but I don't know what he uses it on. Yeah, I don't know why he smited at 5k. I think red smite's a bit weird on anybody, but that's fine. I mean, you have a lot of mobility on Kabul, so I can see why you'd take it. I think blue's probably still better most of the time, but I could see the argument for red. I mean, yeah, I think the 2 major mistakes is like Lulu getting caught by the Diana ult when it like wasn't even close to him, and he has all sums. Just kind of brain AFK pathing forwards. Not really sure why as well. Doesn't he already get the ult? He's already in ult range, no? No, he doesn't even ult till now, so I guess he's just trying to ult Olaf like instinctively. And then, yeah. Yeah, Renekton could have got the Drake, but I think so. Lulu getting caught by the Dano, and then Ori just kind of pathing to death. I guess it must be Bull on Olaf into Shockwave, but that's how we got it. Yeah, he's just like super tunneling on Olaf. But I think it doesn't make any sense. Like, just literally dies for free. Doesn't even get Kaiser Flash or anything. Yeah, why didn't Renekton just decide? Why didn't Renekton just assume that they didn't have Smite and try and steal Drake? What the heck? I mean, I think it should have queued anyway before Ying, but you know. That pretty big win for Tribe. 3k up. The problem with having like an Olaf comp is like as soon as you're falling behind, Olaf just gets worse and worse and worse. Because the more killable Olaf is, the less likely he is that he's just gonna like do his job, which is run in, tank a bunch of damage, and then kill everybody anyway. So like it's really hard to play the game if you're behind on Olaf. Thank you. What did I do? Herald coming up. Again, like, School not swapping. Tribe keep have this really weird thing where they keep leaving their ADC bot lane. I think, it's really greedy. I guess he ends up getting a recall anyway and coming topside, but Herald's already been up for a bit. He could have not been here. Like, they could have pulled it as 5, and then I don't think Tribe would have contest. I guess they don't have the information, maybe? Yeah, I guess they don't see him. But they did just see he was bot. Like, they see him on this wave. I guess it's hard to know. How about people saying that to steal Drake? Yeah, he should have just stole it, I don't know. Why did he just yoink it? He should have just realized they didn't have Smite, that he was going to get to 200 HP, that he had empowered Q, and that he was aiming for the Drake steal and not the team fight. Like, pretty dumb, Renekton. You freaking noob. Herald set up pretty standard, pretty solid vision from Goons, I guess. They have both, but it's like good vision for starting Herald, not really like good vision for fighting Herald. But I mean, they have really good vision anyway. Like, look at their wards. They have like every brush on the side. Like all the entrances are checked, but like they don't really have vision on the Herald itself. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it's weird that he knew all of those things and then he made the decision to be like, I don't really care about Drake. So try pull it. Pretty big gold advantage. Renekton ult comes out, man. But you had full vision on Gragas, no? They don't even sweep this ward, do they? Okay, this is just really badly played from Charm again. Okay, it's really badly played from Charm. Like, holy shit. Yeah, I heard Goons disbanded, right? So far, Charm's kind of ending this one, guys. I don't know, like, you have complete knowledge of Gragas' position. There's literally a ward on Gragas this entire time. There's like no excuse for this fight starting this way. Like, I actually think it was fine, to be honest. Like, yeah, I didn't see what Hoon did. I haven't looked at the other side yet. So the other side is Olaf Ari. Hoon gets engaged on by Camille. Yeah, he's just fucking dead as well, again. I mean, the big issue is that they're not 5, for sure. Like, I don't know why they're not on the same side. Like, they're all together here, and then they just, like, they're like, what if we weren't together anymore? And then they just split up. Kind of weird. They should just loop round to the top try again, I think. They should just loop round to top try, probably. There's not even a mid wave. I don't even know why they split up like they did, but they should just loop round again and group as 5. Because I actually think as 5, they could still have a shot at winning this fight. Their draft is really solid for this kind of 5v5. And I think Diana doesn't really do anything in this kind of fight. Like, but I don't know. Goon just dies. Diana doesn't even hit anything. Oh, sorry. Charm just dies. Hoon just dies. like they're even getting decent trades back. Look, Jinx is actually in a really good spot. Like, imagine if half of Jinx's team literally just didn't in. Like, they actually just died for nothing. Like, Lulu gets engaged on for nothing. And then, like, Lulu gets engaged on to throw a polymorph on the floor that isn't even close. Yeah, I guess Ori's been in the wrong position twice, which is where it goes from like an unfortunate circumstance to like a consistent problem. But yeah, I mean, even Olaf could probably come from the flank, because it's a bit fucking sus. But Ori should definitely just rotate around to top try as soon as they split off here, because I think this is actually totally fightable and winnable. Like, I actually think their comp is much better at this kind of fight. Like, Tribe is really confident, but I don't think they're actually that far ahead. But I don't know. I guess they just got fortunate that Lulu literally entered, and then Ori's on the wrong place and also ends up dying. It's good awareness from Tiggs though. Like it's a good E by Tiggs, I think, to kind of just be aware of Ori's positioning in contrast to the rest of the team, because Ori has no appeal in this scenario. Like Ori's definitely in the wrong spot, but I think it's a really good punish from Camille as well. Shockwave hits 1? None? Yeah, and he has no flash. Like, yeah, it really makes no sense playing from this angle. Yeah, Shockwave hits only Braum, and then he just dies. Like, I actually think Tribe should have lost this scenario as well, because, like, Schooler isn't even here. He's so far behind because of his greedy rotation, but it doesn't get punished at all. Because of how poorly Goons set up the fight. Even though I think they had a better comp for this fight, and they potentially had better positioning, like, it honestly should have been a free Herald, I think, for Goons even. And probably a free fight, but for some reason they just, I don't know. They just don't think about regrouping. They're just like, oh, our position got screwed, we'll just accept it and fight anyway, like, I don't know. But it's still a really good punish from Tiggs, like, every misplay has every misplay has a play on the other side, right? And again, I think it's good awareness from Chuck as well, to, like, see that Lulu's positioning, but I really think there's no excuse for Lulu to be dying like this, because, like, you literally can see them. Like, look at Gumei's positioning and look at Lulu's positioning. They should practically be identical, but for some reason, Lulu is, like, running in, and Gumei's, like, perfectly postured. Kites the Dano really well. Sadly, doesn't get that reset. I think maybe if he got that reset, like, this is really close here. This could have been a fight tenor as well. If he tagged Braum with his rocket here, this rocket on Gragas, if this hits Braum, he might just kill everybody, because he doesn't get reset here, which means the Gragas lives quite a bit longer, and he also kind of ends up ulting Gragas. I mean, I think Lulu wanted to ult or something, yeah, but it's the same problem that just happened in the last fight. It's just totally, like, AFK, like, movement, you know? Like, it doesn't even make sense to be there. It's just not thinking at all about what the enemy's gonna do, or the fact that you're a target. Like, I don't think Lulu should ever be diveable, because she should always be far enough back that she could even just ult herself, worst case, and they'll win the fight off it. But, like, it doesn't make any sense, man. Like, I guess it's like, Olaf's like, oh, I'm going in, so Lulu's like, okay, I have to also be in as well. But just look at your position. You just can't do that. And then he, like, flashes into the team fight even further. Like, what? Doesn't even flash defensively. Like, at least flash up. I mean, maybe, but I just think it's not a mistake you can make. Like, yeah, I see what his thought process is, but it's just totally tunneling, and that's what happened in the previous fight as well. Like, if you look at the last fight, it's exactly the same thing. It's, oh, my Olaf is gonna go in. I have to run in and ult, and then he literally walks into a Braum ult, walks into a Diana ult, and ends up dying, and that's what loses the fight for this side almost straight away, you know? If he doesn't get tagged by any of this damage, Olaf is not gonna die, and then they're just gonna literally kill them, because Olaf is, like, full HP. Like, the Lulu ult literally gets no value. He's not even close to dead, you know? It's just, like, complete tunnel visioning on, like, what the perfect fight looks like. I mean, I'd honestly say Lulu ulting herself here would be more valuable than ulting Olaf. Because it's, like, the exact same mistake, you know? So, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it could just be lack of comfort with Lulu or the style, but I think this comp should be fairly straightforward to play. And again, like, if they didn't have that vision of Gragas or something, I'd say, like, oh, it's just good play from Chuck, you know, he's hiding in the pit or whatever, but they have a ward here. They have complete knowledge. So I think there's just no excuse. It's just complete tunnel. And then, yeah, Ori gets picked, like, the same way. Like, the flash burn on Ori in mid was, like, the most valuable flash burn in the history of flashes. Like, this burn here, where they get his ult or his flash somehow, I don't even know how they get it, to be honest. I guess it's just weird movement? Yeah, he's just super greedy, super weird. I don't know what he was doing. Like, he's kind of, like, posturing aggressively, but he doesn't really have anybody with him. I guess maybe it's on the team as well, but I don't know. It just feels like they don't group is, like, part of the problem as well. Their comp functions when they're 5, and they don't set up ways for everybody to group. Yeah, I also got off Munson. So Ori just gets split both times, but it's also just on Ori walking up weirdly, I think. It's like both sides. There's two sides to the coin, but both of them are important. So they get Herald. Like, honestly, could have been a worse fight for Goons. They went 2 for 2. Could have been way worse. Like, I think Gume played really well, actually. Immediately Herald mid. Did they have to Herald mid? I don't think so, actually. No, probably not. Probably wasted, honestly. But I guess they didn't have information on recalls, so I mean it makes sense. But I don't think they had to Herald. They had a wave. Herald kind of ends up getting wasted. If they get a tower, they would have got anyway, probably. But that's not the end of the world. I mean, they still got the tower. Herald's not that important. Could have saved it for another tempo play though. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, they could. I think that's like the better mentality for sure. Is like they could focus the tower first, and then if they're like, oh, this tower's gonna live, they could be like, okay, we'll drop Herald. You know, as soon as you get tower below 1k, you could just Herald and run. You know, it's always gonna get it. So I think it's much. Yeah, it'd be much smarter to just like prioritize hitting the tower with the wave first, and then if it does look like they're gonna get it, they could be like, okay, we'll just drop Herald, and then the Herald would kill it, right? Because I don't think the Herald damage actually scales with the HP in this game. I think it always is like 1k. So you can't even kill it in time normally. Bomb planted. Everybody resets. Death Dance for Camille. Pretty fine, I guess, against Olaf. I don't know, he's not... I wonder if Sterak's will be better this game, because he's not really going to take much burst, to be honest. I mean, he might try and get blown... He might get blown up by, like, Renekton, Ori, Olaf combo, I guess, but I think maybe the consistent sustain from Sterak's might be more relevant against something like Jinx, where he just wants to, like, survive as much as he can before he gets out. I think also he should probably have Stoneplay on Camille. He doesn't even have boots, but I think Camille should have Stoneplay in this game, probably. Because a lot of his job is going to be like pinning Olaf, taking damage, getting out, and then kind of like going in and out again. Man, is it really Charm again? Like, I still think they could win a fight, to be honest. Their comp is just better, I think, in these kind of scenarios. Like, I don't know, but it's the same thing, dude. Is it really happening again? Oh, shot, man. 2 times? 3 times? Unforgivable. Flash is down. Probably gonna die to Camille. Jinx traps landed? I think it would have been fine. I think they could have traded. He does have Death Dance, but I think he still takes a lot of damage and he doesn't have boots, so it's actually hard for him to run. I think if Jinx traps got down, it'd be good. Gragas Flash E's in, but actually it's kind of for nothing. It's a little bit scary. But they end up killing Renekton on the side. So it ends up not being that big a deal. Now, Renekton's got Blade again, dude. What has Renekton got? He's got, like, Blade things. Again, if Renekton has Stoneplay here, like, I think they're really... They seem to always, like, delay their chance. I feel like Chuck is the only person consistently buying a chance or Stoneplay early when it's, like, relevant. I think it's really important. I think if Camille and Gragas had Stoneplay in this game, a lot better. I mean, in this comp, Lulu's pretty important because, like, the way their comp functions is it's just Olaf going in and kind of, like, running them down. And so he needs, like, all the support tools that he can get, and that's, like, Orianna shield and stuff. Like, look at Olaf, and he's almost killing 2 people, like, single-handedly. That's kind of how this comp is meant to work. If Olaf could just run at people and do damage, he's, like, really impactful. Like, during his ult. The problem is that if they have enough damage to just kill him during his ult, which is pretty standard for most compositions, that's where he falls off a lot. But Lulu and Orianna bring a lot of, like, sustain to, Olaf. Basically, like, Lulu ult plus Lulu shield plus Orianna shield is, like, giving him enough survivability to, like, get through the fight. Like, this is even through exhaust, by the way. Like, I think exhaust is even relevant, man. It doesn't do anything to reckless swing, so it's just doing full damage with his true damage anyway. But yeah, like, he's almost killing Diana, and he's almost killing, like, Braum. Then he kind of kites out a lot. I think Olaf got a little bit scared here, probably because Lulu died for no reason, but I think he was actually fine to keep fighting. Like, I guess he tried to chase down Camille, yeah. But yeah, it's fine. He turns for Gragas. Renekton kind of dies for nothing as well, which is kind of an issue, I guess. Actually, what Renekton does here is really weird. Yeah, he could have flash chased, possibly. Why does Renekton not go? I guess he just turns for Kai'Sa? Man, that's really grief, I think. Yeah, he's like hitting Kai'Sa here, but doesn't do anything. I think he should have just gone with frontline. Really weird that Olaf like split him, or Renekton like split himself to like zone the ADC that wasn't doing any damage, you know? Like, he could have been involved in the fight, but instead he turns to like hit an ADC that's literally doing nothing. It's kind of strange as well. Yeah. Almost certainly. Like, he even pops his ult like he's gonna go in, and then it's like he realizes Kai'Sa's behind him, and he's like, I'm turning on Kai'Sa, but I just think it's like, it's irrelevant damage, you know, and he's losing the 1v1, so he just kind of like owns himself. I don't know. It's super weird. Like, he's so weak that like, you kind of just need to full commit on whatever side is like winning potentially of the fight, rather than trying to zone out Kai'Sa, which doesn't really bring anything. Like, maybe if they full committed on the two, they at least could have got 2 kills, you know, even if Lulu's dying. It's the same thing though, like if Jinx got the traps here as well, I think maybe they could have killed Camille. But it's just really messy fighting all around. But I mean, it does all kind of stem from Lulu just dying instantly. But you see, like, the fights are even still pretty close, dude. Even though Lulu died instantly, you know, he still presses his buttons, and the fight is still pretty close. Like, that's kind of like what I mean. Like, their comp is really strong in 5v5. He definitely, they definitely could have won this one. Again, like, I think all of these fights they could have won. Braum Shield catches the Jinx ult. Pretty important, actually. Did he already have it up? Or is it blind? Nah, I think he shields here. Yeah. Braum Shield catches the Jinx ult. Almost kills him. Again, like, another reset for Gume would have been pretty huge. Then he just gets sniped by Tiggs. What angle does he take here? How does he find that engage? Is it a flash E? No, it's just a casual E plus Kai'Sa follow up. And they're all dead. Blue team triple kill. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like Diana, honestly, is a big problem for this composition. I think they've been pretty fortunate that the fights have played out the way they have. I don't really like Diana in this game at all. I think it's really hard for him to fight. Almost every fight, I think Diana's just a free target for Olaf, you know? Whereas if you're Corki, like, it's way harder for Olaf to play the fights, because who's he gonna kill? Camille? Gragas? Like, hitting these champions, it just takes ages to knock them down, you know? I think Tig should have just got stone play. Maybe he's not going stone play this game. It doesn't do often on Camille. I think it's completely fine on Camille to go stone play, especially because your Q2 is true, so it's not even it's not even in reduced by the stone plate. Kind of like Olaf as well. Man, Olaf has glory. Maybe it's fine. I think Olaf could have stone play as well, but I think glory's fine probably. But I don't know. Maybe the theory is like they can land these engages on Lulu, but I just don't think it should happen. I think Corki for mid was the much better choice. Galio has similar problems, I think. He kind of gets dunked by Olaf. Yeah, Galio's banned anyway, that's true. They keep banning Galio. I don't know what about Galio's getting banned, if it's middle support, but Galio's banned too. I just think, yeah, Diana's like a big weakness, because he can't really ever reliably go in. And like, if they didn't have a big gold lead, I think it'd be really hard. Like, I think all of these fights were almost losable because Diana is pretty bad into what they have, to be honest. Not unplayable, necessarily, but not really bringing a lot. At all. And if they didn't get these, like, these engages on Lulu, I think it'd be really hard. Aggressive engage from Tiggs. Straight on Gume. Follow up, not great, to be honest. It looks good. Proto, engage. Starting just fucks up everything again, actually, I think. I think he dashes the wrong target. Proto, he flashes it. Yeah, it's because he flashes it. He still gets a decent ult. Wow, that really doesn't catch Jinx, that ult. Oh, is it traps? I didn't see the traps, actually. Oh, yeah, he gets trapped, right? Yeah, he doesn't even realize. Wow, the Diana doesn't catch. It's actually fine, though. Yeah, he doesn't fuck up. Ziggs is good. He was banned. Yeah, that's good follow-up. Good engage. What does Jinx even die to, then? Just the cask, I guess? Yeah. Plus Kai'Sa. Dude, how broken is Stone Plate? What do you mean Renekton lives, dude? It's fucked. I mean, he doesn't live, but he lives, you know? Yeah, we're just too far behind in gold, I think, guys. Tiggs, you might be trolling, but it's fine. Yeah, I mean, it's just a really good engage from Tiggs. Just pulling the trigger. It's Kind of one of those times when pulling the trigger is, you know, I mean, it's just like they don't expect it, you know? They're just kind of posturing. But again, it's like Ari's mid, dude. They're never grouped, man. Why are we trying to hold this tower if not even grouped, guys? Like, just kind of autopiloting. Yeah, he definitely had to flash sooner. Like, respect flash. If he gets Camille ulted at the tower, he's probably fine with traps. Man, but we don't even Lulu ult, no? What the fuck are we doing with Lulu? Hello? We don't even press R. Hello? Come in? Guys, the game plan is we ult Olaf. I will not be ulting Jinx in this scenario. Sorry, Jinx. You're not Olaf. I guess. Sucks. Probably didn't matter, but sucks. I mean, I don't know. It's fucking sad. I don't even try. Does he even get shield? He barriers. Does he even get Lulu shield? I don't even know. Do we press a single button? Does he even get poly? Did we actually press any buttons? Like, I think you can poly reactively on the Camille E here if you're really, really paying attention. But, you know. Like, you could poly here, I think, realistically. And then Jinx could either flash or just walk away. Probably be fine. I don't think it's that insane. Because he has to finish his W2 animation before he can ult. Oh, did he use poly earlier? Or nothing? Oh. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, unlucky, I guess. Okay, that's Lulu's shield. That's barrier. So he does shield him. I just think you ult him, though. Like, I don't know. It just seems kind of scuffed. I guess he just didn't expect him to die that fast, maybe. But I feel like as soon as he's Camille ulted, you just ult him, no? I don't know. Oh, yeah, again, it doesn't really matter. Game's probably lost anyway. I don't think they're gonna save Jinx here. Jinx had the flash sooner. And then Lulu had to use skills, and maybe he would live. But it's a good engage from Tiggs anyway. Poke champ. Can't poly your own teammates. Yeah, it's called Whimsy. Please learn the lore, guys. Free Nash for Tribe. Obviously nothing they can do about it. Just back off to Nash. Good stuff. Game's probably over. See what the setup is. Diana could go bot here maybe, but I guess you don't need to. I think Diana going bot is the correct play, but not relevant, I guess. Just ARAM. What are they gonna do? Did he get a 5-man knockup? Oh, Jinx stole it. Oh! 4-man knockup from Baron. Let's go! Insane, dude. They're nuts, man. Looks like just standard setup. Oh, look, the Olaf counters. This is what I was talking about. If you have Corki in this game, this is what you just do. You just press R at Olaf. It doesn't even matter if he ults, because he literally can't escape from the Camille ultimatum. They're gonna blow everything, but they just kill him anyway, because you have Corki, Kai'Sa, you know? That's how the fight should play out, I think, but... I mean, Diana ended up working. I don't think it should have done. Starting. Guys, watch Diana. It's cracked. Protobell forward. Q. E in. Ult. E again. E again into the fountain. Flash out and die. We've all been there. We've all been there. Double inhib, standard. Doesn't even matter. Starting right into the fountain. It's fine, guys. Don't worry about it. Do dragon. Kind of sad to be doing Drake. Oh yeah, Baron, I guess, but not the end of the world. I mean, the game is over. It's bleeding out slowly, you know? Like, nothing they can really do. Olaf's way too weak at this point. Did he ult himself? I didn't see it. Oh, wow. This Camille counter for Olaf is crazy. Anyway, that's what I was talking about. Where you have Camille into Olaf, and if you have like a just a shredding front line kind of composition, that's why I think something like the Corki would have made more sense. Because then you just have like a solid front line, Camille, Gragas, Braum. You have Corki, Kai'Sa. Olaf goes in, you just Hextech ultimatum him. They don't have the tools to keep him alive. You win the fight. Easy peasy. But yeah, I guess they just knew that Charm would misposition twice in a row, and Diana's cracked. I mean, Diana's a fine champ. I just don't think it makes much sense to do that draft because he doesn't have great targets other than Lulu, and he should never realistically hit Lulu. So I think there was better options, but if it works, it works. Man, Goons just tilted. First game seemed really stompy, and the second game seemed really stompy. Is blue side broken? That's the question. Who's on blue side in game 3? That's the real question. So what do we see adaptation wise for draft? I think I don't know if we give them Ziggs, guys. Ziggs is kind of broken. Hey, we didn't give them Ziggs. Woo! Let's go. Hey, what's up? Gragas, first pick, denying it from Chuck. He had 2 solid games on the Gragas. Good stuff. I think most games of Wild Rift, whoever gets the lead, to be fair. I think it's a little bit difficult to come back from an early swing. They take Olaf Janna. Man, I don't like it, but, you know, whatever. Galio, Braum, and Rakan gone, so that's why we picked Janna here. A bunch of supports take it away. I guess Janna's next to the line. Olaf, man. I mean, it's okay into Gragas. I just feel like it's so easy to counter. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. You just picked Olaf into nothing. We'll see what Goons draft. I mean, maybe they just draft themselves into a corner. That could be the case. So they want to take Xayah. I don't really see the rationale for Xayah over Kai'Sa here. And Orianna. Again, like, I don't think Orianna's even particularly good into Olaf. It's not terrible, but I don't know why we take Orianna here either. Maybe it's just comfort. Yeah, I might put it on YouTube. I guess I could just highlight the thing and put it on YouTube directly. No reason not to, right? Varus. Interesting. Kai'Sa goes through draft. I mean, Xayah. No, I mean Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa goes through draft. Sheesh. Varus, not bad into what they have so far, I guess. Not great old targets, to be honest. Surprised we don't pick Camille for Baron lane. I think Chuck does play it. Would be a nice deny, especially when you already have the Olaf. Man, Olaf seems low value right now. I guess you could say Orianna is a deny pick if you thought they wanted to play an Olaf comp, but they've already picked Janna, who isn't as good for Olaf as Lulu. So it's already kind of weird. Did you just take Varus? I don't think Varus is that great into Xayah, really. Not really too great, honestly. I don't really see the logic about Varus that much. I think it's kind of scary into Gragas. Not too great into Xayah as a matchup. Maybe I just don't know it well enough, but I guess throughout mid late game, Varus is probably pretty good. Xayah normally doesn't like playing against poke, so I guess Varus makes sense in that regard. But I think in the early game, it's not a particularly strong lane matchup. I don't know if there's a great reason to pick Varus over Kai'Sa necessarily. Yeah, Lee's gone through every game, I think, which is weird. Yeah, maybe Ezreal will be better than Varus. I don't know why the Varus specifically. I'm not sure on the logic. Want to deny the Olaf because the comp we were going to run? I guess that makes sense, yeah. If you're going to play a specific comp, maybe picking Olaf early makes sense. I still think it's so dangerous, though. Like, I think they kind of, like, drafted nothing against it, so it looks fine. But I think you can answer Olaf when it's picked like that. Personally. But, yeah, I mean, you know, I guess it ends up looking pretty fine because they drafted literally no tools to deal with it. I don't know. They picked literally 0 champs that do well against Olaf, I think. I guess you can argue Xayah's like not bad, but no, I'd even say Xayah's like one of the worst ADCs into Olaf because your ult doesn't even get any value against him. And you can't root him. Camille's not bad, but I don't know. They just picked like 4 champs that suck against Olaf. I don't know what they were thinking in this draft, to be honest. And Diana comes out again! That's fine. It's a fine Diana game, I guess. Not as good, I think. Yeah, I don't think Lulu's great. But there's so many support bans, I don't know what else you pick. I guess Alistar you don't want because they have Janna. Maybe Lulu's like your only option. What else are you gonna choose? I don't think Seraphine's very good into Olaf. Man, everything you pick here is just bad against Olaf though, like as support. What else can you take? Oh, I mean, honestly, Jarvan would be one of the better choices I can think of. I genuinely don't see much else. I think Seraphine's really bad in this game. Maybe... No, I guess Nami's also bad. Nami's got a better matchup into Janna, but... Maybe Lulu's just the best relevant support that you could choose in this slot. I don't know. You kind of back yourself into a corner, I think, when there's like 3 support bans, and then they first pick Janna. Pretty smart to pick Janna, I think. With the state of the bans. Glad Ziggs got banned, though. Didn't know that we knew how to deal with Ziggs in game 1. Lux? Yeah. No, I think Lux probably, maybe. Still kind of bad into Olaf, but probably more relevant than Lulu in this game. I don't know if they play Lux. It's kind of fallen out of meta, but... Yeah, I think Joff's fine. Garen's pretty cracked. Garen into Gragas. The most thrilling matchup of the game, I think. Ignite for Gragas, interesting. Ignite for Janna. Huh. We 2v2 killing, boys? Where are we dropping? I don't think we're 2v2 killing Xayah Lulu, but I could be wrong. They have Exhaust again against Olaf, which again, I don't really think makes any sense, but you know. Could be worse, I guess. Where are we dropping, boys? 5v5 level 1? Or... 5v5 level 1? Or... Oh, 4 level 1, 4-man mid. Woo! Man, can bot lane ever enter lane against Janna Varus? I don't think so, no? Why don't we just walk into the try, guys? Like... I guess Janna's doing it. It's probably fine. Varus should probably posture aggressively, though, behind wave. Okay, he's walking to the try now. Wow, it's crazy. Okay, we missed everything, but... To be honest, why are we even scared of fighting level 1? Should we be scared here? Don't we just rail them with Varus, Janna, in this scenario? Like, why don't we just hit them, dude? Like... I don't know. Like, why is Lulu even allowed to do this? Like, doesn't he just get... Like, you already saw Xayah's going down. Why don't we just kill Lulu, man? Varus Q is kind of sad. It's blind as well. They don't have any information, but just unfortunate it doesn't hit him. Just hit Lulu back, dude. We don't care about CS. What's more important than CS, guys? XP. How do we deny XP? You make the HP 0. There you go. Just had that opening. Great bait on Lulu shield. Didn't throw the Janna W. Cracked. Varus E doesn't hit, sadly. Varus Q tags Lulu. Not bad. They're pretty poke heavy. I think it's really hard for Xayah to farm, actually. In theory. I don't know why Max didn't throw his W after the Lulu shield. I think he had a window. Same thing again, like the Lulu shield's down. Early level 3 from Camille. I don't think there's anything here, guys. Oh, we're just hitting the wave, I see. I see. So they were getting prior without him, but he just didn't believe, I guess. So he had to come and also smack the cannon. He had to show exactly where he was, even though I guess they already probably do. I don't know if they know they have a ward in try, though. But either way, he had to show exactly where he was, just in case they didn't know. Aggressive E forwards, doesn't connect the stun. Diana's already really low, but it's just... I mean, they have prior, but it's weird, no? I guess they just look for the hard engage. Man, Gume is already so chunked. Where did he lose all his life? Just Varus damage, I guess. Fucking airy diff, man. School was playing Conk, and then Doom was yelling at him to play airy. Real story. I mean, they get a good chunk on Diana, but it's pretty well played from starting, actually. Was there any point to push a mid level 1? I'm gonna go ahead and say no, but they do it every game, so tough to say. It's pretty well played from starting. I think maybe... I don't know. It's just, they're a bit autopilot, I think, Goons here. They're like, we have numbers advantage, we're just going. But Hoon isn't even moving, honestly. He's like really slow. Like, I think Hoon's posturing is really strange. It feels like they're not communicating on their plan, because he's posturing topside, I guess because Olaf's here. Maybe he has to like respect the Olaf, but... maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe he's pretty on time. But actually, it's Chuck! Oh my god, Chuck is the unsung hero. What a rotation. This is like a Leon rotation, dude. He bases, and then see here, he realizes that they're pushing out bot, because Camille is showing for no reason and smacking the cannon. And then Chuck is like, guys, I'm coming bot. Holy fuck. That's why they win, dude. Actually, Chuck diff. Holy shit. Chuck runs straight down. The tribe aren't even afraid, because they know they're 5v4. Camille fucking dies, man. Oh my god. Chuck diff. It's the Olaf dream. It's so hard to get ahead with Olaf, I think, in like a neutral game like this, where you don't have like a great support comp. But he gets a free fucking crab. It's actually Chuck diff. Holy shit. Oh my god, it's so Chuck Diff. 3 wards in the same brush, guys. Good stuff. I mean, one of them's over the wall, but it's basically the same place. Yeah, they haven't really tried Zin much in NA. I've seen Tigers play it a few times, I think. I think Tigers has shown it. But, I mean, I wouldn't say Zin is particularly good into Olaf. And Olaf has been, like, picked every game in this series, right? So, man, what a rotation, though. That's such good map awareness from Chuck. This is a real Leon rotation. It's really self-sacrificial, but, it's such a thing Leon would do as well. Where he notices the map state. He's just coming from base, casually pathing top, and he recognizes the map state. And I think part of it is because Camille is just like super forcing this shove, which I think also makes it a bit sloppy. Like Xayah ends up taking a lot of damage because it's just kind of like bringing AFK smacking minions. I don't know. I really don't like this. I think he could just be posturing in the river, and he could have been with, because they're gonna get this bot prio anyway, you know, right? Like, especially because they assume Camille is near. I think they're probably gonna get this regardless. I don't think there's any real way Varus Janna gonna contest it, knowing that Camille is bot side, and he could have already been up the river, and he could have been helping Orianna more get into position, I think, because they take so much damage. It's well played by starting as well, to be honest. It's a good escape from what was a tricky scenario, but man, what a rotation from Chuck. It's like at this exact point, he recognizes that they're pushing bot to contest grab, and he just fucking books it. So self-sacrificial, dude. I mean, yeah, Zin isn't very good at Olaf, I think, so I wouldn't say Zin would be good in this game, but I think Camille is good at Olaf, and probably one of the best junglers anyway. I don't know why it's so low prio. But yeah, great rotation from Chuck. Like, he loses a lot, to be honest. He's like 400 gold down on Gragas when we see the scoreboard, but it's so much value for Olaf. Like, look at Olaf's advantage. Olaf has, yeah, almost double the advantage that Gragas has. And then he just runs straight top and then frees him up immediately. I think they could chase. I think Gragas dies here. I don't even know why they're afraid. Maybe they thought they were more. Like, Camille is so weak. Like, he's literally dead, I think. I think Olaf could literally just kill him. Man, they need to switch to Ghost Olaf, dude. I'm subscribed to the Church of Doom. Ghost Olaf is so much better, guys. Man, isn't this Gragas just dead? His Ragnarok is so long. He's literally like running away for 80% of it. Yeah, I think they just got scared because Camille was there. But Olaf is so strong. Like, he literally just kills both of them here, I think. Just based off like stat advantage, you know, just being level 5 and having all like, I literally think he's just dead. Like, I don't know. I guess they got scared of like the, like, look how long his Ragnarok is, dude. He could have killed him like twice over. And the Gragas ult doesn't even matter. Like, I think they just like got a bit scared. But it was so free. I mean, I guess it's safe to just take the flash and run, right? But I think it was so free. It was probably double kill. I think honestly, Camille would have died again, and the game was just actually over. But I mean, I respect that they just took the flash and got out. Yeah, he's not even remotely like in danger. Maybe he's like scared he's gonna get Gragas ulted or something after Ragnarok, but Gragas is literally just dead. And he has Ignite, so he's not even tanky, you know? If he had Barrier, I could totally see, like, giving up, but he has Ignite. Maybe they don't know he has Ignite, like they didn't check. Or think about it. Olaf actually gets stuck top here for a while. Camille gets quite a lot of farm. It's pretty good for him, I suppose. Actually, not that big a gold advantage for Tribe, though, but it's more about where the gold is than the global gold. Gragas being ahead doesn't really matter. Olaf being ahead matters a lot. Especially because Gragas is countering Olaf. I mean, sorry, the other way around. Olaf is countering Gragas in fights pretty often. If Olaf is really ahead, it's like changing the tempo of the nature of that matchup even more, you know? If Olaf is even further ahead, Gragas could play even less aggressively. It also looks like it's AP Gragas, which is kind of Monka. Early stone plate, though. We love to see it. Early stone plate. Can we get some applause for early stone plate, please? Clap emojis in the chat. You say 100% they check, but I've been in games where my Baron Leon Lion was not aware of the enemy summoner spells. So I would say it's totally plausible they didn't know. I'm just saying. Like, I'm just giving up arguments, you know? There's obviously some reason why they thought they couldn't get it. Either it was just, you know, insecurity because of like Camille showing up. I know, and my Baron laner still doesn't know what summoner they have. It's happened. Man, poke Varus so strong in this scenario. Pulling Drake though, kind of Monka, guys. I don't know. Seems a bit scary against Ori Gragas. I don't know if we want to start Drake here with the tribe. I think the better kind of move in this kind of composition. Maybe they just want to force a fight because they feel confident. But I think what you want to do, especially with a jungler like Olaf who takes no damage during Drake, is you could just play sides and mid, and you're probably stronger in both of these lanes at this point in terms of like tempo of the game. Because of how strong Olaf is, you just get control in the river, you just play sides and just keep pushing waves, and then you can just let Olaf pull dragon, like whenever he has time, and then maybe you just get a free Drake. And you don't have to take a weird random fight over it. Once again, the Goons kind of have issues, like grouping, it looks like. Although, man, see... Is Diana good here, guys? I don't know. Fight's so messy, though. Let's see. Is Gume kind of greeting for a wave again, I think. I mean, I get it. I get why he goes for the wave. It's like the optimal, it's like the right thing to do. But it doesn't have kind of like making him late to the fight. But I guess he's here in time. It's not the end of the world. He does kind of arrive just in time, but it's just as the dragon dies. So he's basically just here for the fight. I think in this case, what Camilla's doing is probably wrong. I don't know if Gume's not communicating maybe, but he should be saying like, here he should be saying we just go for the fight, probably. The dragon's too low, we go for the fight. I think Camille going for the steal is okay. Maybe. But he blows like quite a lot. Man, it's a really low value dino again. He also gets exhausted. But he kind of puts himself in a really awkward spot and blows all of his abilities on trying to take the dragon. You know? Gets the ult on Diana. The Janna ult's really value. I don't know, it just feels like at this point your call is like we play for the fight. So at this point you're trying to kill like Garen and Diana, you know? You're not trying to take the dragon. And Camille's like still trying to steal the dragon, you know? It kind of feels like the And they're not sure what they actually want to do. It's just like they're just brawling. Lulu is really low value as well. The Lulu again looks really bad. I don't know. Like I don't know why we don't just ult Gragas, you know, or ult Camille when he's in. We're not getting any value from the knockup. He just ults Camille passively when he's already out and away from Olaf, you know? Like I think this was like a winnable fight, to be honest. So they just kind of like focused on the fight and played it a bit cleaner. I don't know. Because Tribe are all really low. They get some damage on mid here. But yeah, I don't know. This kind of feels like, I mean, you don't know what their comms are like, right? But you feel like, I feel like Gume has to be saying here like, okay, I'm not there for the dragon. I think we need to play for the fight. We're not playing for the dragon, we're playing for kills. Because if you get kills here and you give dragon, it's fine. But like the worst thing happened where they played for the dragon, kind of. They didn't get a kill. They had a really weird fight where they were like half committed because they already wasted like half their abilities from Camille on stealing the Drake instead of like looking for an engage. And then there, they just kind of lose a kill as well. Gragas gets killed on the back end. Yeah, I do think the draft ended up kind of bad. I think, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why we have Orianna. I think Orianna's probably like one of the worst picks they did. I think Xayah also isn't good into... Man, this is a great trap from Tiggs. I think Xayah's just bad into Olaf as well. I don't know why we'd pick Xayah. It also seems weird. Maybe it's like a deny pick, but it doesn't really seem worth it. So the reset of Drake. Tiggs plays topside. They're kind of late on the swap. It's just a really good trap, I think. But they should have known they were there. It's actually just really brain AFK from Lulu again. Like, I don't know, man. Charm's played a really rough series. I think he played fine game 1. Maybe he's just only good at Rakan right now. I don't know. He seems really rough on the... Like, he's so autopilot. He literally just got hit with the vision plant. You have to assume there's people there, you know? You know they want Herald. You know they swapped topside. Look at Varus' positioning. There's no way he's alone, dude. He's not a psychopath. Even if Olaf isn't here, like, you could just get Varus ulted. Like, even if Olaf is, like, a little bit away, you could easily get Varus ulted here if you're alone, dude. Like, I don't know. It's just super sloppy. Yeah, like, I think it was not a great Drake start from Tribe. I think the positioning wasn't great. I think it kind of ended up being okay because of Gume's greed, and then Goons' indecision. But like, man, I don't know. The lightning rod of hate, yeah. He's the chosen one. I'm hating on him. I mean, it's just sloppy, man. Like, you literally just got hit by the vision plant. I don't know if he's like not watching his camera. It doesn't make sense, you know? Oh, I've been revealed by vision. I will keep going. There's probably no one in this tribe rush. Like, you know he's in that tribe rush. You don't know that it's Olaf, but you know that someone could be there. It's just, very negligent. Probably sets up tribe for free Herald at that point. Lulu just died for nothing. It's rough. Yeah, I don't know. I could tell Gume has the right ideas. I think, you know, the more I think about this fight, it's just really tough that he didn't drop a wave to be in position better, I think. I think it's rough that he... Because I think he basically gave them the dragon kind of on some level as well. By taking the extra wave bot. I get that it's like the ideal play. But I think sometimes you have to make a sacrifice of a wave to be in a better position on the map. And I think that was an instance where it actually mattered. Like, he did it in the previous game as well, I think, and it ended up not being that significant. But I think in this game, he ended up greeding for a wave bot. Or maybe it was the first game, I think. I think in the first game, he greeded for a wave at one dragon. Because they're like posturing, you know? And when you're posturing, it feels really bad. If you're just like 5v5 posturing and no one's doing anything, and you're just like poking each other's front lines, it looks really shit because like you're just missing waves on the map. So the right play is to side lane, pick up a wave and come back, right? And then if they don't do it as well, they miss a wave, and then you're passively going ahead and gold, right? So that's his mentality, and it is the right play. And I think in game 1 it didn't get punished because he arrived in time to like fight the Drake. But I think in this game it actually did kind of get punished because he didn't really get there in time. Like, I'll show you guys what I mean. Like, you see here, it's like they're like posturing, right? This is where it's called like posturing, and it's just like that phase of them just like standing. So everybody's standing here looking at each other and throwing poke. Obviously, it's a little bit tribe favored because they have Varus, and Goons only have Oriana. But then you see here, they like start rotating up, and then at this point, you know, Gume's like, okay, we're just posturing. I'm gonna take another wave. So then he goes bot to take a wave, and tribe just starts smacking the dragon. And the problem is that either Goons need to be playing through bot if he wants to take this wave, or he needs to like not take this wave. I think, because now you see Goons are posturing topside, right? They're holding topside to try and start this fight, and Gume is like isolated bot side, so he can't get to the situation, you know. So either he needs to, I assume it's he. I feel bad for saying he all of a sudden. Actually, I think Gume is he, but I just realized perhaps a bit ignorant of me. But either way, he needs to. They need to rotate ahead of time, you know. Either Goons flip it, play through bot try, which is totally fine. Probably even better for them, to be honest, because they're now at prior bot. They could have like all rotated down, but I guess they're already mid, so they're not really thinking about it. And again, they're pressured by tribe starting the Drake, which I don't think is a great Drake start. Again, like look at all the damage they're taking. Like Varus is already like half HP. A solid cask in this scenario, like a solid cask here, could have just instantly lost the fight. But I guess they're just confident because they know that Zaya's split. Like a solid, like maybe he even was like casting cask and he got tornadoed. I could see it. Like he gets this like big ass fucking barrel and then he just throws exploding cask. Like right here, I could totally see him if I've been looking for a cask. And just like backline and just instantly blows Varus flash. But like Zaya's, yeah, it just feels like, yeah, the same thing happened last game where it just feels like they struggled to group because they're all playing the game properly, but they don't talk about how they want to actually set up or where they want to fight from or where people need to fight from. Like it's fine if he wants to take this wave, but he has to communicate that he needs the rest of the team to be with him, I think. And I'm just assuming that it didn't happen or they didn't listen to him. I mean, you can't be sure without listening to comms, right? But I would assume that somebody needs to be saying like where they want to fight from. And then like if Gume's going bot, you have to be like, you can't go bot right now. We need to be grouped here if we want to fight this. Which they obviously did want to do in the end, so. Definitely a lapse in communication there somewhere. So somebody needs to be like more vocal about people moving properly. Flash blown by starting 1v1. Very good stuff. Just a bit of disrespect from Hoon, I think. Honestly, it was a good queue as well. Can't go for the kill because Lulu's mid, but it's fine. We take a flash. Gonna stop the recall. Keck W. Top tower just goes to tribe for free. Why does this happen? Zaya recalls. Is Zaya supposed to recall here? I don't know, maybe. Could Lulu have got to top in time? Tough to say. Maybe they just do lose this every time. I don't know. I think Xayah probably could have stayed, and he has a ward as well, so I think he would have been fine. He also has flash and ult. I think it's very hard for him to die, in theory. I don't know. It seems weird that they got this tower. He backs on like a wave as well, like a meeting wave. Like, I think you can posture against Varus when they have Olaf. I don't think he's gonna die. Maybe he can just get blind Varus ulted, but I don't know. I feel like you could probably... They know Olaf is there? No. The Vision's in mid lane. I mean, I think he just back to back. Probably because he had gold. I don't think he was afraid of getting dove, necessarily. Because, I mean, Herald just popped, right? He doesn't think he's getting dove right now. It doesn't make any sense. I think he also just warded as well. Yeah, he literally just warded this brush as well. So he puts down Vision to make himself safe, like under the tower, and then just leaves the tower. I don't think they had to drop it, but I mean, they're already kind of on the back foot, so it probably would have been difficult to hold it as well. And they are two on this side of the map. This is like such a scuff dive, dude. Oh, okay. I mean, they got it, I guess. He's turbo dead, but okay. Charm's also running it, which I, you know, okay. I can just see on the map, like, there's just no shot, dude. You don't go for this. Come on. You don't go for this save. Come on. Man, it's just kind of scuffed though. I don't think we die. I don't think we die of Garen here, guys. Or with one cannon minion. I don't know. With stone plate. I don't know, guys. Maybe he could have. I guess he could have E'd. I think he wasn't sure he'd hit the W, so he maybe could have E'd down if he was aware. No, Tribe. No, yeah, Tribe won the second match. They lost the first match, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what Lulu's doing. This is just absurd. Like, there's just no chance, dude. And even then, again, it just feels like they're not really communicating. Like, Lulu's like walking into the jungle, but Camille has flash. So Lulu could have just met him in the river. Like, realistically, you know? Like, I don't know. If there's any way he was gonna save him, it's not there, you know? Like, I don't know. But yeah. Just ends up giving him another kill. It's a 2-for-1 though. I don't think it's terrible when you're already behind. Like, chances are you're gonna lose a lot of these fights anyway. Itemization's pretty standard across the board. Glory on Olaf this game kind of seems Monka-esque, but he's already ahead, so maybe it doesn't matter. Like, I think maybe you need Stoneplate in this kind of game. He doesn't have dedicated supports, you know. He only has Janna, and Janna's like not terrible. Don't get me wrong. She can definitely assist him. Oops, I lost my browser. She can definitely assist him in surviving, but I wouldn't say it's as good as a Lulu. I think it's pretty spooky to be Olaf. But he is also snowballing, so I can see the logic behind playing Glory. Just because you're ahead and you want to keep making plays. I think it's not the worst, but I do think it's a little bit scary. Starting with the patented 2 items before boots technique. I saw Pose abusing this one. Who needs boots, baby? He's pretty cracked damage-wise. Yeah, look at Lulu's gold. It's so sad. It's like 3k. Doesn't even have 1 item. They drop Herald mid for what I can tell to be basically no reason. I guess it's because it's on a dragon take. They want Prior, but they could have put it on the next wave, maybe. I guess that is the dragon wave, so I suppose they get Prior with it and some tower damage, but it doesn't really pull much more than that. Like, it's not like they didn't really get Prior. They did, but it's not for the wave that matters. I guess this wave is like the dragon wave, kind of. Like, unless they're just gonna Rambo hit dragon, but Goons is actually playing this scenario a bit better, I think, honestly, where they're like smacking mid. And Tribe is just kind of posturing in Drake. That is not the angle, I think. That is not the angle at all. And it's not even remotely the angle. But actually... serves as the foundation of creativity. Man, it's so scary. We have no vision, guys. But I don't think we have to face check here. Like, even At this point, I think mid tower is worth more than dragon. I think you just smack mid tower here. Hitman just postures to like prevent a counter engage, and then like I don't know what the angle is here for the ult on Varus. I just don't even see why that's a button we're pressing. Once again, Charm gets picked by a Diana ult that wasn't even aimed for him. I think it's just appealing Diana ult, right? He's just ulting to. Oh, he does flash ult actually. Okay, no, he does aim for Charm this time. But you definitely just hit mid here. Like, yeah, I don't know why. I also don't even know why Camille is looking to fight so bad. Like, if Olaf's soloing dragon, he's soloing dragon. But here you're just engaging and you have no follow. If you had Kai'Sa, maybe. But with Xayah, it's just not even how Xayah fights, you know? Xayah's front to back in like the purest definition of the term, where she hits them and they dive her and she E's. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know. And then picking Diana made Xayah a bit better, to be honest, I think. But Olaf is just... Olaf and Garen, they just shit on Xayah because she doesn't jump anything, you know? They don't have any actual burst. Really? Like, yeah, there's Garen ult, there's Olaf E, but they're just gonna kill you when you come down. It doesn't do anything. Like, that's why I think the Xayah made no sense into the early Olaf. It's just not a good pick, I think. You could play it, and yeah, I guess you have damage when he's diving if he just stands in your feathers, but I don't think it's like an option that makes sense. And in that case, you may as well just be like Vayne, you know? And it's just the same thing. Or you may as well be Kai'Sa, and it's the same thing, but you have more front-focused damage. Or even Corki. Like, I don't think Corki ADC is great, but it makes more sense, I think, than just blindly picking Xayah into an early Olaf. If a pure comp so Camille doesn't fit the theme. I mean, yeah, kind of, but I think I'd rather have the Camille than have the Xayah. Especially when Kai'Sa was open as well. And you could have just played Kai'Sa, and it's just the same champ, but better, no? Well, the same thing, but with a better champ. Like, I'd rather have the Camille 10 out of 10 times than have the Xayah. The Xayah is fine, but it doesn't do anything in particular. It was Gragas into Olaf Janna. Good Varus ult here. He should be dead anyway. I don't think he gets away. Yeah, let's run him down. Wasted Garen ult, but doesn't really matter. Xayah ults, but he just doesn't ult anything, you know? Like, this is what I'm talking about, though. It's like this kind of scenario. Like, he's ulting just because he has to, but he doesn't ult anything. Like, Olaf's still there pumping out damage. Great Diana ult. Does he flash in for this one as well, or does he just get a good Luna rush? Just rushes in and Diana ults. Great one. Full man. Sadly, the problem with this is an issue with Diana that feels really bad. It's like this kind of fight opening looks so good, but it's so bad for Diana. Does he actually get a Q off? I don't think so. No, I think he just raw Luna rushes. It feels so bad to be Diana after this. Does he get Q off? No, he just Luna rushes. I mean, it's the right thing to do. I think he plays it properly, but I'm just saying, like, it feels so bad to be Diana now because he has no rush for 25 seconds or something. You just can't chase anybody, dude. Like, they had enough damage and they got enough damage off of it that it was good anyway. So it's definitely the right play. But it's like when you do that, it's so all in on your team, like following up and getting all the kills, because you just can't chase anybody at that point. Like Luna Rush is such a long cooldown without the reset. Ash for Tribe, just a good engage started by school. Solid ult. Who disrespecting? If you're gonna stand this far up, you have to ready to flash Varus ult, I guess. I think that the Diana ult almost made the Xayah E better, no? Because he ults like here, his feathers are down, he has like 11 feathers down, I think, 12 feathers? And it becomes better, I think, because he gets pulled into the side. The angle gets like improved, but it's just no damage, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think that's like the risk of it, is like sometimes it feels like it's a good thing to do. It's just like Diana E in and get a big ult, but if you don't win off that ult, it really screws you. You just lose all momentum. The champ is so rough to play without Luna Rush up. If you can't keep stacking resets, it's really tough sometimes. Just kind of runs out of steam. But hey, if it works. Max doing the... Did he empowered recall there? It looks like he did a regular recall, no? It was a weird color though, I couldn't tell. Okay, it's empowered. Why is it red though? Is it just the thing he has, I guess? Yeah, game's probably done. Bit of a smacker. And yeah, I think it mainly just comes down to that decision made where they they weren't sure, you know, like they didn't. It just, I mean, I think they're not a team anymore, to be honest. So I guess feedback is pretty irrelevant. But I think it's just like either Gume or someone else isn't talking enough about how they want to set up the scenario or how they want to fight. Like it is, like I said, it's still the right play. I keep doing quotation marks because it is the right thing to do, is to pick up that wave when there's just posturing going on. But when the posturing just leads to the Drake being taken for free, and then you kind of take like a half-hearted fight because you tried to steal it, it just feels like somebody had to communicate like where they wanted to fight from or like what they wanted to do. Because it makes complete sense that he goes bot and takes a wave. It's definitely the right play. Good cask actually, but he has Zonya and Monsoon and a Garen. Starting goes in, doesn't get the ult off. It was kind of bad, to be honest. He's 1 HP, probably deserved to die. Kind of just Rambo'd there. I don't know what happened. I guess maybe he delayed his ult because of the exhaust. I wonder why he didn't just press it straight away. Because if he pressed it straight away, it might have been fine, but it was kind of weird. Oh, he got booped by Camille. Maybe he cancelled it. Yeah, I think maybe he got booped by Camille to like cancel his ult and he didn't realize at first. Because like I think he wants to RE or QE and then he wants to ult here, but he actually like, it's like he accidentally gets hit by Camille's stun, I think. It's not even really his fault. I don't think Camille was going for him. It's just like Camille happens to be going and then it just happens to hit Diana as he's going in. Like this would have been a fat ult, you know? But he ends up like even through exhaust, I think he still would have killed like 2 or 3 of them. And he had rush reset as well, so he definitely could have got more kills. But almost the throw of the century. Nah, I don't think it would have mattered if he died, but it was kind of funny that he accidentally got stunned by Camille. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you could also wonder if Tribe know this kind of stuff about Gume though. Like, I mean, he did it in game 1 as well. They just got away with it. So it is a consistent pattern that he's always trying to get that extra wave, which again is like it's a slow way to win if they're not actually giving up the objective or the position. But the problem is that this game, like, they gave up the position. In game 1, he did the exact same thing. Took the extra bot wave. Gave up the position, and then... well, they didn't give up the position. They just still held the position without him, and then he just showed up late. And it was fine. But this game, Tribe had a really good punish on the fact that he was slow to the objective. Chovying, yeah. I mean, it's a solid way to win. I mean, it's a solid maneuver. Like, it's just better macro. As long as you can hold it. But... Tribe just Rambo'd the dragon in a scenario that I don't think was even particularly beneficial for them, but because of how it played out and because of Gume's greed / Goons' positioning, like the way they were postured as a team, it just ended up being really significant. Nash's tooth, I can see it. I can see that he's got Nash's, dude. Put that away. Does he have Nash's? I don't know. Maybe I'm making stuff up. I'm pretty sure he has Nash's. Just go Oblivion Orb, man. One-shot him. Because he's farming instead of rotating to the objective. Kind of. It's a real Rambo start from Tribe. It's like one of those scenarios where... It's like I said, it is the right play. And it's like one of those weird scenarios where if Tribe was like handshaking the right play, he would have tempo. But because instead they just Rambo the Drake, it actually ends up being wrong, kind of. Because they just Rambo forced Drake, and then he ended up being the one that was out of position. Even though he's just the one that's like tempo farming. Good Zonyas from starting. Solid flash ult. Sadly, he doesn't have Lunar Rush, so his champion's shit. Where did he use it? He dropped it somewhere. Oh, it got body slammed. So this is what I was talking about. That last time he played Diana, this is like the same thing that happens. You play against like Lulu. You play against like what else did they have? They had something else that does something similar. It was Lulu, Jinx. Yeah, Jinx traps are kind of similar. There was one other pick, I think. I guess they had Renekton. Maybe it's just Lulu, Polly, or ult. But it's just like, you get body slammed here and your champ is so trash, man. So trash. But he gets a flash ult anyway. Gume has to ult for nothing, pretty much. Handshaking is like, so when I say like, Gume's farming a wave, if Tribe was handshaking that kind of play, or that rotation, Old School, the AD carry for Tribe, would then also go to bot wave that was just pushed and pick it up, while Tribe is also posturing for the Drake with the rest of the members. And then, because Gume went and farmed the wave first, they all have tempo in the river, right? Because Old School either A, picks up that wave to match Gume's farm, or he gives up the wave and he sits in the river and he just loses farm, right? That's what Gume's mindset is like, I'm taking a wave here. They either also match that wave or they're just bleeding gold, right? And that's like the proper way to play, because you're forcing them to either give up their positioning and you're not losing anything, or they're losing something to hold the position. But the problem is that they just ramboed the Drake, and then he ended up like basically just giving them the Drake because he couldn't even get there in time to contest it. Who had a big ult, did he? He did have a 4-man shockwave, it's true. Pretty poppin'. If he wasn't 14k gold down, could have been lit. It was pretty significant, but the problem is that starting's doing the same thing. So like, while it was nice, they don't actually get much off it because starting's playing like the exact same team fight. Like, he's landing a 3-man moonfall simultaneously, so. I was a little PC a lot because the map is bigger, but wild map is so small, people always conditioned to posture. Yeah, exactly, right? And I think that, like I said, it's a sign that he knows what to do when he's taking the wave. It is the correct thing to do, and it's better than just like A-ramming a Drake. But sometimes you just give up the position and then you just can't fight anymore, you know? It's especially dangerous to stuff like Varus or Ziggs as well, because if your team gets poked because they have to like stand aggressively, but they can't stand aggressively enough to commit to a fight, it's really easy for them to get poked in that scenario, you know? So I guess Varus also gets a lot of value from like him being late. I said school was Kai'Sa, I meant Varus. I was thinking about another game. Double down taking the Drake and nothing bad came of it, pretty much, yeah. They basically like forced the Drake with a comp that I don't think was particularly good for forcing it, but Gume's greed led to like it's I would say it's two sides of a coin. It's like one side is like Gume greeding for this bot wave, like playing the side lane. The other side is Goons playing through mid instead of playing through bot. Like, it's fine if Gume takes that wave if they're all bot, you know? But because he was the only one bot and he's the ADC, he can't rotate through river, obviously, which kind of just separated him from the fight the whole time. So there's like two sides of it. It's not just like, I can't say 100% it's Gume's fault, and I can't say 100% it's like the Goons' team's fault. It just kind of depends how their communication is set up. That's why I said it's like a communication issue with somebody, either Gume or somebody else, not saying like, we need to regroup. And there was like a present issue in the last game as well. Somebody just like needs to say like, okay, we're not 5, or we need to be like not in a position. And yeah, just easy in for tribe. Pretty solid series. I think game 1 mainly just a Ziggs diff, to be honest. Bans were really weird. Lots of support bans, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I think game 2 definitely some rough play from Charm. I think mainly it's like the biggest issue. And just generally, I think both games that Goons lost, it was kind of the same problems. It's just that same thing of like, they don't talk enough. At least from what I see, maybe they do, but it looks like they're not communicating enough about where they want to be and how they want to set up fights. They're just kind of winging the fight and just hoping that it works out. Or just like, you know, they're just like, everybody comes for Drake or whatever. Just because they're kind of winging it, and then multiple times, you know, there was cases of Hoon getting caught on Orianna and like getting caught out of position 2 or 3 fights in a row. And then Charm getting caught out of position a lot. And then this game, it was like Gume was late to that first fight. They ended up bleeding a dragon. But this mostly came down to this initial rotation from Chuck, honestly. This initial rotation from Chuck was really, really good. Really great movement from Garen to secure this fight and then put Camille super far behind in a matchup where, you know, any Olaf matchup, I think, as soon as Olaf gets a big lead, it becomes really hard for the enemy jungler, because he just obviously brawls you wherever he wants, and if you can't kill him, then he just runs down your team. It's game over. So yeah. Pretty interesting series all around. Fun to watch. Curious to see the differences in NA. I think there's definitely windows in the draft where they could be punished a little bit more, but I think their draft theory is not too bad. I see what they're thinking and like their thought processes. Oh, but yeah, fun series. I guess we can cut that for YouTube, right? Pog. A stream? Yeah, anyway, time to end the stream. My best friend is streaming. I don't know what that means. Oh, like friend. Mr. No Mike. Yeah, I'm out of time. Fun analysis. Yeah, I'll probably just cut it and put it on YouTube as a whole thing. I think it's fun. It's fun to do. I'd love to do this more often. Like I said, hopefully, I should have co-streaming with Origin series. And hopefully I can get co-streaming up for summer full Icon series as well. Because it's fun to do this kind of stuff. And I do like to watch the games anyway. And a big problem is that I can't stream and watch the games. So hopefully I can get co-streaming set up for Southeast Asia and Europe. And we could do this more often. I guess there's also the Brazil series recently. No, I could participate. I could just also co-stream if I have days where I'm not playing, or if I'm not if we lose, you know, or something. I'm glad to hear you guys enjoyed the content. I would love to do it more often. Yeah, I think there was also a Brazil final recently, which could be interesting to look at, but with TSM, right? TSM.